It was past 11 at night when I first met him. A thin man with a faint smile, standing under the streetlight, whispering the same chilling words again and again. "Look at the moon." At first, I thought he was just a stranger, but what happened next still keeps me awake at night. It was a little past 11 p.m. when I left the gym that night. My shirt clung to me, drenched in sweat, and my chest still rose and fell from the long workout. Normally, the walk home felt short, even relaxing, but that night it seemed endless, like every step carried extra weight, as if the night wanted me outside a little longer. The streetlights were few and far between, throwing weak pools of light onto the pavement. The rest of the street was swallowed in shadows. Trees swayed in the breeze, their branches creaking softly. The small park I always passed stood deserted, the benches empty, the grass damp, and the air so still it pressed against me like a heavy blanket. I turned on the flashlight on my phone, the narrow circle of light becoming my only comfort in the darkness. Usually, I walked the sidewalk closest to the park, but that side was cluttered with spider webs that brushed across anyone's face. Tonight, I crossed to the other side, hoping for a cleaner path. That's when I noticed him. A figure in the distance, moving slowly under the dim glow of a streetlight. His shadow stretched long across the sidewalk, and his presence immediately unsettled me. Not far behind, another man trailed, but the one who caught my attention was different. Thin build, short-cropped hair, his face hidden in shadow. Something about him made me instinctively tense. For a moment, I even considered turning around, but my legs kept carrying me forward. The further I walked, the louder every sound became. Rustling leaves felt like whispers. My own footsteps echoed strangely. The path I'd walked countless times suddenly felt hostile, swallowed by darkness, as though the night itself was waiting for something to happen. As I drew closer, the distance between us shrank in seconds. Too close. Too late to turn back. Suddenly he stopped, turned his head, and looked straight at me. His eyes were sharp, his stare piercing, and then he spoke. "Look at the moon. Look at the moon." His voice carried a heavy accent, but his words were clear. I froze for a beat, unsure if he was even talking to me. Still, instinctively, I glanced up at the full moon hanging above us. "Yeah," I muttered, trying to sound casual. "Beautiful." His lips curled into a faint smile, half of his face hidden by the streetlight's shadow. "Isn't it beautiful?" he asked again, almost demanding I agree. But his words didn't stop there. He launched into a stream of questions: where I was from, what my nationality was. I tried slipping my earphones back in, hoping he'd take the hint. But his voice cut through, each word forcing its way into my head. Soon, his rambling shifted. From the moon, to my phone, to God, gratitude, and demons. He spoke about evil in the world, about children dying in Palestine, about women and sin. Each subject felt darker than the last, and slowly, his words grew uncomfortably personal, almost directed at me. The cold air pressed harder against my chest, my anxiety spiking with every sentence. The stillness of the night magnified everything: the rustling leaves, the crunch of gravel, the shifting shadows around us. I answered only in short replies, never daring to push back, never daring to provoke him. But the longer I stayed, the heavier the dread became. Minutes stretched into what felt like hours. I stood rigid, trying to appear calm while my mind spun with possibilities. Was he just a lonely, overly religious man? Or was there something much darker hiding behind that faint smile? Finally, I forced the words out. "Sorry, I have to go." He didn't argue. He just nodded slowly, his gaze locked onto mine. "Yes, yes," he whispered. Relieved, I started walking, earphones back in, eager to end this nightmare. But before I could gain distance, his voice came again, closer this time. "I'll go with you. I have to walk the same way." My heart slammed in my chest. Adrenaline rushed through my body as I kept moving, scanning every shadow, every corner. My pace quickened, but thankfully he stopped near a parked car, as if it belonged to him. As I passed, he leaned slightly and murmured, "Look at the moon. Don't forget to look at the moon. Hopefully, there's a tomorrow." The words sent a chill ripping through me. I nodded quickly, pretending calm, then hurried away, my phone's flashlight shaking in my trembling hand. I didn't look back, not once, until I finally made it home. Even then, my chest was pounding, my mind twisted with questions I couldn't answer. Had I just run into an eccentric stranger, or something far more sinister, hiding behind a smile? The next night, I left the gym again. The clock read 11:05 p.m. My body was sore, my breathing uneven, but the moment I stepped onto the street, I felt it, an unease heavier than the night before. The music in my headphones sounded distant, drowned out by tension crawling over my skin. And then, I saw him. The same thin figure. The same faint smile. Moving slowly under the streetlight, just like before. My heart dropped. I tried crossing to the other side, desperate to avoid him. But he matched my movement, turning with me. And then his voice cut through the night, louder, heavier. "Look at the moon. Don't forget to look at the moon." My chest tightened. I walked faster, my eyes darting for an escape. Then, up ahead, I saw them, flashing red and blue lights. A police car at the corner. Without hesitation, I sprinted toward it. "Help!" I called out, waving my arms. 2 officers stepped out, confused by my panic. I pointed back at the man, who now stood only a few meters away, still staring, still smiling. The officers confronted him. He looked at them with that same unsettling expression and spoke calmly, almost dreamily. "The moon tonight, it's waiting. You see it, don't you? It will still be there, even when all of us are gone." The officers exchanged a look, clearly unsettled, before leading him toward their car. But as they guided him away, he turned his head back toward me. His eyes locked onto mine, burning cold into my chest. His lips moved slowly, whispering words just loud enough for me to catch. "I will find you again." My knees trembled, but I stood frozen, staring as they pulled him away. Later, as I sat inside the officer's car, I tried to calm my breathing. But his faint smile, his voice, his final whisper, they clung to me, etched deep into my skin. And that night, as the car drove off, I couldn't stop hearing it echoing in my head. "See you again."